Taylor wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Throws to the wideout. Got a man. It's Evans. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Bulldogs come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. They send the tight end in motion. Quarterback may change this route. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Looking for a productive play on first down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Trying to take it back. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Mississippi State. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, five-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often, and you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
Taylor wants to throw. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
Fires it down the seam. Goes high to pull it in. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And I actually thought the defense had the right coverage there. That's just really good offense, like really good timing between QB and tight end. You got a middle-of-the-field safety. You got those guys underneath. The defense has to see the ball, break on it, but sometimes they're just too good of a duo.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready? Blue 22. Blue 22.
Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
It's too bad because these receivers are winning outside one-on-one. If this offensive line can just give their quarterback a little bit more time, there are some plays to be had.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Fires into traffic, picked off. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. Just a terrible, terrible mistake. So instead of getting off the field on 4th down, the offense has a 1st and 10. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this offense, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Trying play action. Fires left. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd down, here's Bothwell. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Drop the foot. Quarterback making adjustments. Taylor wants to throw it. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. So it's now 1st and 20 after that holding call. Tight end now in motion. Wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Snowed under by the defense.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Handoff. Fluff Bothwell. Crosses the 45. Finding some room. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. Makes the grab. There he goes. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Quarterback keeps it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Back at the 3.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more aggressive I'm going to become. I'm going to take away the quick, easy stuff, and I'm going to blitz and bring pressure and put him on the quarterback and get him on the ground like you did right there.
On the option. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Great job by the back on the option. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive.
Here we go.
Here's a little room there. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Wide receiver comes in motion. Goes to the option. Powers through the defender. Turning it off and runs through another one. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Bulldogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going.
Blue 22. Blue 22.
Taylor wants to throw. He'll take the deep shot. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to... He wants to change this route. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Looking down the middle. Finds a man on the left. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the third. Looking to throw, it's Swan. Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Unloads to the right. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And, man, this whole crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet, Kevin.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Wide receiver going in motion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. They'll move the tight end. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And the incomplete... Back to pass, it's Swan. He's going for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
Got his man on the right. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
I love this by the offensive coordinator because as the game goes along, you see how are they going to line up when we line up in this? What coverage do they like to play? And then you can take advantage. You say, all right, the corner route is open. I'm going to hit it.
Looking to throw again. Snagged out of the air.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Bringing it back. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. Would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out because they lost badly.
Yeah, not a lot to be too proud about in this one here.